You gotta see what this is. Technology of the future here. Technology of the future. Now it comes out of there. What is that? It's not metal, is it? It's inside a microwave. You should feel the static, the quasi-static charge I could feel in here with this cell phone. This cell phone is emitting a static field good enough that I could probably produce a hologram. A hologram could be produced off of this phone for how much static is on top of it. I'm having problems with YouTube right now. Apparently, whenever I post public information, and hopefully whenever I close this door, you'll hear the appliances start to make a hissing sound. It'll make a hiss. But I'm having problems with YouTube whenever I post comments to people. I'm posting public information and links on YouTube. I'm posting about the scalar waves and hacking the electric grid, toroidal life of the Lilly waves, and using alternating current ground sources to get into through the electrical system of the house to pole magnetic fields. Human antennas by ABC News. And a lot of other public information you can just publicly print up and posting comments on people's pages. This is they make videos about being psychics and doing remote viewing and anything studying dreaming, anything of that nature. I'm posting on these sites to let people know this is taking place publicly, and there's people doing studies over this, and somehow there's somebody breaking into YouTube servers. It's not YouTube itself, it's somebody breaking into the servers. Crazy weather here right now. The wind was just blowing pretty crazily. I'm dealing with people as of right now, since there's static, this quasi-static, it can be remote controlled pretty good. And what I really want you guys to focus on, whoever does listen to this video, since we are in a world of advanced artificial intelligences, it doesn't have to be a bipedal robot you could see. It doesn't have to be a cell phone you could hold. It doesn't have to be a computer. It could be something as simple as atoms floating by that the artificial intelligence can control. And as you pay attention to the wires, when you pay attention to the wires, especially in front of my house, whenever you see these black masses moving back and forth, you can see this on grass, you can see it on the power lines. If you pay attention in your houses too, here comes the plane. The radar's on the plane, that's another good one, huh? And imagine being able to take the static off of this phone with a static band and go right up into that military plane and get right into their system. It's pretty powerful. Ambulances have been coming in and out of the neighborhood for the past 3 or 4 days. Hope everybody's okay, first and foremost. But just imagine a band being able to come out of the phone and move right through the electrical system in your home, and or scale right through the wall with ultrasound. And a nano-robotics engineer could probably explain a little bit better than I can. Nano-robotics engineering of the very small. Since there is nano-electronics in the phones, the computers, the TVs, the appliances, and we're in a static field, spatial computing, and spoofing smart meters and replicating smart meter signals, and well, nothing other than geoengineering as well. Whatever else kind of cocktails are being sprayed up here. And since it's raining, that means it's coming down to the ground. And if it's coming down to the ground and it's something of a plastic of sorts or any type of metal that could be picked up and remote controlled, and or some type of nano weapon, which everybody's scared about because these things are self-replicating systems. Whenever they self-replicate, that means if one gets out on a loose and it's trained by a protection agency or some type of Department of Defense, and something gets out on a loose, they say it's going to indiscriminately kill. And then if you look up anything of neuroscientists talking about cerebral warfare, mental malware, cerebral spyware, cognitive oppression, any of these public sites where these people are screaming at the rooftops and nobody wants to pay attention to, and remote neural monitoring. Nobody wants to pay attention to any of it. None of it whatsoever. And it's worse than the bad porno that you bought on your 18th birthday. It truly is. So what I want to make sure you comprehend when you hear the word nanorobotics engineering, you got to be thinking of the very small. And since now we can pull cells out of the body, brain cells are growing on computer chips, especially in the stomach and your lungs. And I'm not going to go ahead and go out there and say 2020 probably was something else, because we had to put our masks on because the airplanes are spraying aerosols, just like Charged Aerosol released experiments that NASA, you could publicly print up about NASA and doing geoengineering, weather control, weather modification, air gap in the sky, and creating a Skynet antenna like the military's doing for spatial computing, and the Space Force dropping its artificial intelligence. And not to mention Microsoft, Google, IBM, and some other computer scale AI. You're not allowed to work for all these companies at once. But when all these companies at once come together, or there's consultancies, like, look out, because now whenever I start coming in through your house and 3D printing parts out of your body and using pure pain harmonics and pain adrenaline and cortisol mixtures of water and things of that nature, and putting you down with a high density of anxiety, confusion, pain, and whatever other type of fear frequency is going to manufacture all these parts. Don't say I didn't tell you so.